Just think about it. Today, almost every country in the world is drowning in debt. The United States owes more than $38 trillion. Europe, Japan, China. Even oil-rich nations carry massive amounts of debt. And it makes you wonder, if everyone is in debt, then who's actually getting the money? The strange part is that the world doesn't really owe one specific person or country. The system has become so tangled that the world is basically in debt to itself. But that doesn't mean everyone benefits equally. This story actually started hundreds of years ago. In 1694, England was in the middle of a war and the state treasury was running dry. The king turned to wealthy merchants for loans. In return, he promised to pay them interest using future tax revenues. That system became the foundation of the financial world we still live in today. Governments could now spend money they didn't even have yet. In exchange, investors received a promise. This money will be paid back. Over time, other countries adopted the same system, because borrowing money slowly stopped looking like weakness and started looking like power. In the past, nations fought wars for gold. Today, economies run on debt. Right now, total global debt has surpassed $315 trillion. That number is almost 3 times larger than the entire world economy. But here's the most interesting part. Most of America's debt is actually owned by Americans themselves. Banks, investment funds, pension systems, and even the central bank buy that debt. So, the government borrows money, people earn interest from it, and then the taxes those same people pay flow back into the system again. Everything works like one giant connected cycle. And it's not just America. Japan lends money to the US. Europe finances other countries. Developing nations store their money back inside the systems of larger economies. In other words, everyone owes everyone. And the thing keeping this entire system alive isn't really money, it's trust. As long as people and institutions believe the system will continue working, the machine keeps moving. But once trust disappears, everything changes. We saw it in Greece. We saw it in Argentina. We saw it in Sri Lanka. When debts became impossible to manage, economies collapsed, unemployment exploded, and people's lives changed overnight. And yet, the system never fully stops. Because old debts are replaced with new debts. Governments keep issuing new bonds. So in reality, debt usually isn't eliminated. It's simply rolled over. That might actually be the biggest secret of the modern economy. Governments were never really planning to fully pay off their debt, because the system itself is now built around it. For banks, government bonds are some of the safest assets in the world. Pension funds rely on them, investors buy them, and even central banks treat them almost like money itself. So, ironically, for the system to survive, debt can never completely disappear. That's why politicians saying, "we'll pay off all the debt," sounds good in speeches. But reality is far more complicated. Because the real goal isn't to erase debt, it's to keep the system stable enough for people to continue believing in it. And maybe the most important point is this. All of us are part of this system. Debt is no longer just an economic tool. It has become one of the core mechanisms that keeps the modern world running.